Hey there, fellow 2A supporters. Hey, had a question the other day. I was out shooting with another guy, and he was looking at my AR. I got some color coding on, and he was asking how I did that. So I'm just going to do a quick color code here. Well, I won't say quick. I'm just going to do a color code here on my Desert Eagle. I'm not saying it's the best way of doing it. It's the way I do it, and it seems to work pretty decently. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my Magnum Research Desert Eagle. It is empty. No round in the chamber. No magazine. I'm going to disassemble it. Half cock it. Button on the left side. Push it in. Flip this lever down. Barrel comes right off. And let's go ahead and take it all the way apart. Field strip it here. First thing I want to do is I forgot my, run in there and get my rubbing alcohol. First thing you need to do is make sure what you're color filling is very, very clean. All the oils, any residue is off of it. So I just got an old shirt here. Cut a piece off it. Cotton shirt. Use isopropyl alcohol to clean it with to begin, and then you're also going to need some fingernail polish remover, non-acetone. If you get the one with acetone in it, it is going to mar your finish real bad. Wipe it down real good, get it nice and clean, and then all you got to do is simply, I'm using simply fingernail polish. I have used model paint. I've used craft paint before. Fingernail polish and model paint seem to work the best. See if I can get this. And you just simply brush over what you're going to color fill. You don't have to be precise. Some people use a toothpick. Once they get going good, this will get a good job. This will take 3 or 4 coats. Now I got to let this dry. And while that's drying, I will move on to the barrel. I won't make you guys sit through the drying process. When I get to letting it dry, I'll hit pause and I'll come back when it's dry to show you the next step. And then, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do the barrel. I'll be right back. Yep, let's go ahead and hit. Alright, go ahead and do my 50 magazine. Too bad fingernail polishing is not quick drying. Okay, this, I should have did it before, but this is what the magazine looks like before I finished drying. What it looks like before the color fill. And be the same thing on the 50 AE barrel, but on the 50 AE barrel, this is a 44 mag barrel, the 50 AE barrel had 50 there. So get an idea what that looked like before I started. I'm using bright orange. I like using bright colors in my color fill. The thicker you put it on, the longer it takes to dry. So, in my experience, lighter coats, it dries quicker, but it takes more coats to do it in. Alright, I'm going to let these dry. It shouldn't take too long. I'll be back here. Oh, that one may be a little tacky yet. We'll let these dry a little bit and we will return. Come on, pause. Okay, I think this is dried enough to do the next step. Okay, this is approximately what it looked like before. Different wording, but that's about what it looked like. Okay, after the first step, it's like this. Do not use the same rag you used with the isopropyl alcohol. I do have cotton swabs in here too. Or cotton tat. Simply going to take the non-acetone fingernail polish remover. And rub over where you've put your don't have to rub hard. If you take your hand and just rest it, no pressing, just rest it on something, that's about all the pressure you need to use.
Lay your ass down.
It'll get to where it's not taking it off, it's kind of rubbing it. Just switch it around so you get a clean piece. Trail up that section right there. I'm not using any more pressure, I'm just changing how I'm holding the rag to get into a tighter area there that it's kind of skipping over. Okay, and this is what it looks like now. I'm debating on whether doing another coat or not. Desert Eagle pistol, made in USA. debate whether I'm going to do another coat or not. If I do another coat, I'll simply take, real lightly go over it with isopropyl alcohol, and then do the step over again. Apply fingernail polish, let it dry, and yeah, definitely going to have to redo the barrel. It didn't take at all. I had it pretty thick on the barrel, and that's another, I hadn't even thought of, that's another issue I've had. If I try putting it on thick to begin with. Let's get some more fingernail polish remover, do this much more. I've got quite a few more guns I'd like to do this to. Here's what that looks like after the first.
Oh yeah.
You've seen it before.
Uh-huh. That's pretty cool.
Son-in-law walking by, wanted to see what I was doing. Yeah, when I put it on thick, for some reason it doesn't like to take very well. So I'm going to need to redo this one. So, let's see. I might have foobarred too. I think that might have been.
I'll throw the motherfucker shut.
Right?
No, I felt it when I walked through it.
That dry. Make sure she's good and dry.
It looks like you come out of the cave.
No. We started there. And I went to the
Make sure that's good and clean.
Sammy, don't even let us know.
huh?
You don't even let us know.
Whatever you used to let us know.
Okay. There it is.
You look on the internet, I thought the pipe was a cat. Dog.
Yeah.
One more.
I'll let that re-dry. We'll try it again. Okay. That wasn't near as good as what that one turned out. Tell you if I'd been using my head, I would have seen if I could find some tan. In the magazine, I don't know if I showed the magazine or not. This is the 50. Here's the 44 mag. See the numbers? I guess it's 4 through 8, and then 44 on the bottom. That's what the 50 looked like before, but it had 50 on the bottom. When you do get finished, you do want to oil over where you've done, because you're removing every bit of oil from the firearm. If She dried good, I'll tell you. It may take a bit to get off here. Hey, I'm gonna try. It's not coming off, so I'm gonna try a little bit of pressure. Not come off at all. Awful wet. I don't know why it's wet. Different. Different metal that maybe it's just not taken. This is the first time I've had it not take before. There we go. It's just taking a little more on this one for some reason. I've never had to use any pressure scrubbing. And we're getting there. Definitely gonna have to oil that up again. I did have, I'll cut that off so I'm not using where I've got isopropyl alcohol at. Hi Zoe. One of our pups over here checking to see what I'm doing. Sounds like a horse over there drinking. Okay, now that worked real good. Dry her off here. It came out pretty decent. Okay. Let's try the barrel here. Yeah, she dried. Okay, I like this, but there we go. And 50 AE is color filled. No, I don't know if I'm going to do the 44 mag barrel and 44 mag magazine in the orange, or I got some deep purple, some type of pink. This is what I'm using right now. This is what I'm thinking about using on the 44 mag barrel. This is on the 50. Maybe I'll use this on the 44. Almost looks like a maroon. But I forget. We got this side to do on the 50 yet, and I've not cleaned it. So the first thing to do is clean it with isopropyl alcohol. Again, this is not necessarily the best way to do it. This is simply my way of color filling. Good. And I just did clean this Desert Eagle. And I didn't think I'd have much on the outside, but I just barely wiped down the outside with some CLP. But, that came off pretty good.
Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down.
Set to either side.
Lay down.
Get my orange again.
Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down.
Sounds like Noir's in trouble. Another one of our pups.
Lay down. Lay down. Lay down.
Okay. While that's drying, we'll get started on the 44 mag barrel. Side. Oh, I guess I could have done that. I wonder how well that'd come out. Got some. I don't know if it'll come out on the camera or not. Got some real small numbers in there, but that rides. I don't know. Probably get rubbed off real easy. I think I'll skip that. So we'll grab the 44 barrel. Here's what she looks like beforehand. Clean that off. I've tried using fingernail polish from Auto Paints that have metallic in them, thinking, oh man, that'll look real good. It doesn't come out very good at all. Make sure she shook up real good. I don't know, this may be too dark. It may not show up against the black. Get her down. What a lot of people use the toothpicks for is once they get, they'll put it on a little bit heavier, and then I'll take a toothpick and make sure it gets down in the grooves of the stamping. I've seen if you just take your time and make sure it gets down in there at the brush, it does just fine. I'm not going to do the magazine yet on the 44 because I want to see what that color turns out like on this. See how well we dried over here. Oh, real tacky yet. So we will pause and we will be back in a few moments. Okay, I'm back. I'm looking at the magazine here for my 50, and I've noticed it wouldn't hurt to go over it again. So here's what she looks like now. A little faded in places, but I'm gonna put another coat on her, so All I'm simply going to do is take my isopropyl alcohol, rub back over again, get all that fingernail polish remover off of it. Take my orange again. Simply go over. I don't want to get it in the magazine. All I'm doing here is just adding another layer on top of what was already there. I don't want it thick. We'll let that dry. What we got here on our... Okay, I think that'll work. Yeah, I got some hair here. Okay, here's what she looks like now. Yeah, take a good look at that. That's what she looks like after I put the color fill on it. Now I'm going to remove the remove the excess. You'll get to where your rag's getting the polish on it. Now you just start smearing it. So either you want to fold your rag to where it's not got that on it. That's it. Just bleed through it. Don't actually have it on it. Or get you a new rag. And start again. Again, I'm going to stress non-acetone fingernail polish remover. I cannot stress that enough, people. If you use acetone, you will ruin the finish on your gun. Okay, if it's a deep stamp, as you're rubbing over it, if you're doing it quick, sometimes it'll skip places that are real narrow together. So I simply get the end of my finger and go a little bit slow. Well, I guess I'm going kind of fast, but I'm making shorter movements. And here's the after. I can just about go over that M again. Looks like that M came off a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I need to take my... I'm just going to do that one spot, so I'm just going to clean that area. You know what, let's do another coat on the whole thing. A lot of people just use white, or if they got stainless steel, they may use black. I like bright colors on mine. I'll make sure that end gets filled real good there. Okay. We'll let that one dry. Magazine ought to be ready to go. Yep, magazine's ready to go. Get some more. My opinion, you really can't mess this up. Pay attention to what you're doing. I wouldn't want to get fingernail polish down inside the magazine. Okay. I'm going to take some isopropyl alcohol and make sure that's cleaned real good. Make sure all the fingernail polish remover is off of it. I don't want it real, I just want it damp. That way I can add my oil. Probably just use some room oil. But I want to make sure there's no residue. And I'll just go back. Again, there's the 50 AE. Alright. I don't think this is going to, no, not even close. Go to the 44 Mag barrel. See how well she turns out. Oh, don't want to use that one. Getting ahead of myself, people. About use the isopropyl alcohol. No, I want to use the nail polish.